Welcome back. We're ready. We're going to go ahead and get started with today's math lesson by completing a sprint. Sprints, as always, are in your fluency practice book. Starry Night. We see a yellow number. We match with our yellow trim. It is page number 67, and it looks like this. And it reads for us to write the unknown number. Pay attention to the symbols. Pay attention to the symbols. It's a very important part because you use the wrong symbols and you get the wrong operation. Whole thing is just a whole hot mess. All right, so we're going to put 1 minute on the clock. We're going to do our very best. We're going to start at the top. We're going to work our way down. Then we're going to start at the top. And we're going to work our way down. And again, as always, doing our best. So 1 minute on the clock. On your mark. Get set. Go. Ding, 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 ding. I don't know that happening from having a tiny bell to no bell at all. But regardless, time is up. We're going to stop what we're doing. And we're going to go ahead and check our work. So, I know you did great. Come on, let's go check and find out. Let's go. All right. Yes, we are ready to check our work. We're going to write the unknown number. Pay attention to the symbols. And starting at the top, working our way down, just like we did when we were solving the problems. 5 minus 1 is equal to 4. And let's keep going. Remember, if you get it right, give yourself a check and a little tiny yes. If you get it wrong, mark it wrong, and make a mental note to double check. Is this wrong because I counted wrong, or is this wrong because I misread my symbols? So take your time and really think about that, and use this as an opportunity for fluency practice, because that's kind of what it's called. Now, I'm going to read out number 2, because I did pause for an interlude. 5 minus 2 is equal to 3. Let's keep going. 2, 9, 8, 7, 4, 5, 6, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. The top of column 2, question number 16. 6 minus 2 is equal to 4. 2, 5, 3, 2, 6, 3. 2, 4, 5, 4, 5, 7, 9, 7. All right, excellent job. Count up the number you have correct and put them in the starburst. And then let's zoom in on a few of these questions. Let's zoom in here on 7, 8, and 9. We also see the same pattern happen here with 13, 14, and 15. What pattern do we see is the same between 7, 8, and 9, and then again with 13, 14, and 15? Great job looking at and thinking about your work. In each of these problems, the whole is going up, but the part we're taking away
for each set is staying the same. Because the whole went up and we took away the same amount, our remaining part is also going up. 6 minus 2 is equal to 4. 7 minus 2 is equal to 5. 8 minus 2 is equal to 6. A similar pattern emerges down here, only this time we're taking away 4. 5 minus 4 is equal to 1. 6 minus 4 is equal to 2. And 7 minus 4 is equal to 3. Great job! All right, now let's go ahead and continue with our lesson. Come on!
Great work on that sprint. We're going to go ahead and get into our application problem, which can be found on page 235 in your Learn book. Yes, in your Learn book. It reads, Emmy cut a square brownie into fourths. Draw a picture of the brownie. Emmy gave away 3 parts of the brownie. How many pieces does she have left? Okay, so yes, this one wanted us to draw and show what's happening. In this case, we have a square brownie and it is cut into fourths, meaning there are 4 equal pieces. What is the other word for fourths? Fourths are also called quarters or halves. Quarters, yes. Fourths are also called quarters. Excellent. So we did such. We have 4 equal pieces. We gave away. So if we're giving away, when we give away, what operation is that? When you're showing that you're giving things away, what operation is that? Is that addition or subtraction? It is subtraction. Good, because you don't have them anymore. They're gone. It's not yours. It's not yours. You don't have it anymore. So yes. So we see the picture to represent this picture of her brownie that has been cut into fourths, showing 3 of the quarters, 3 of the fourths scribbled out, meaning they're gone. And our number sentence to match that is 4 minus 3 is equal to 1. Is that my final answer? No, this is a word problem, and a word problem requires a word answer. And the answer to the question, the actual question, remember, we look for the question based on the sentence that ends in a question mark, because a question mark is our visual indicator that we've been asked the question. How many pieces does she have left? Emmy, or she, has 1 piece left. So the answer, 1 piece left. 1 piece. That is, you have to have your object and you have to have your number and object. You have to have both those pieces to make a complete answer. So Emmy has 1 piece left. She has 1 piece left. Good job. Good job. Good job. Now, before you put this book away, because I know we're gonna switch and work on the problems out of the homework book, I want you to tear out this template on page 241, also in your Learn book. That way you can be practicing to partition shapes. Partition meaning cut into equal pieces. Cut into equal pieces, because we're going to do partition shapes and identify halves and quarters of circles and rectangles. It says, I was just reading the papers on the paper. But that's on page number 241, still in your Learn book. So here we see the pizza again. This pizza has been cut. That's normal, pizzas get cut. Which person has more slices? Person A or person B? Who has more slices? Correct. Person B has more slices of pizza. But the pizza is the same size. Correct also. This pizza has been cut into quarters or fourths, 4 equal pieces, whereas this pizza has been cut in half has 2 equal pieces. So this pizza has more slices than that pizza, even though our pizzas are the exact same size. So when I cut things into quarters, I have more slices. It does, or pieces. It doesn't mean I have more things. It means I have more pieces. Now, in having more pieces, does the size, look at the size of my piece. This is one piece of this pizza. This is one piece of that pizza, correct? 1/2 of this circle, 1/4 of this circle. So that has more pieces, but which one has bigger pieces? Brown or blue? Which one has bigger pieces? Brown or blue? Which one has bigger pieces? The brown. So you're telling me that halves, if I cut it into halves, showing 1/2 is a larger piece than 1/4. Look at the picture, tell me. Yes, 1/2 is bigger than 1/4. Good job. Now, we see when we cut things, just like if we had a piece of paper. Right, let's get a piece of paper. Let's get a piece of paper. I have a piece of paper. Here is my piece of paper, right? And when I fold it in half, almost perfect, I have 2 pieces of the same size. Look at how big that piece. That's still a pretty good piece of paper. But if I then fold it again and make 4 equal pieces, look at the size. It changed. The size changed of each piece because my total amount of paper didn't change, but I want my pieces to each be the same size. I have to then, the more pieces I make, the smaller my pieces get. Yes, just like when we built the hexagon with rhombuses versus triangles. With rhombuses, I needed 3. With triangles, I needed 6. The bigger the pieces, the less pieces there are. The smaller the pieces, the more pieces there are. So one's going up, the other's going down at the same time. So let's look at some examples from our book. This is page 161. This is page 161. Look at that page number. Look at that page number, and then I need you to tell me, just by looking at that page number, do I want you to get Starry Night, Flower Beds, The Bedroom? Which book does that page number tell you you need? Starry Night, Flower Beds, The Bedroom. Correct, you need The Bedroom, because even if you're not sure what page number this is, you know this color is red. You know this trim is red. We do that on purpose to help us organize our materials. The page number is 161. The digits in that number are 161. 161. Looks just like this, 161. And just as a quick reminder, if you're needing additional support in working through your problem set, the page in this book, immediately before, like if we turn one page further back, is called Homework Helper, which means when someone is helping you, another adult, an older sibling, your daycare instructor, your baby, whomever is supporting you in person, this page here in this book, and it's the same for every lesson, is an excellent tool to help them help you so they know what you did in class. Oh, okay. yeah, these book people, they was on to something that day. I'm with it. I'm with it. Okay, so, like I said, we're on page 161, and we're going to be practicing what we just discussed. I need to make a note. Hold on. Lots of notes. Gotta have all my notes. It says, label the shaded part of each picture as 1/2 of the shape or 1/4 of the shape. Okay. Label the shaded part as 1/2 or 1/4 of the shape. So, looking at letter A, this shaded piece here, is this 1/2 of this shape or 1/4 of this shape? Yes, it is 1/4 of this shape. And you may be thinking, how on earth am I going to spell quarter? Guess what? Guess what? It's right here. Quarter. And we know 1/4. 1/4. We know that first sound. We know how to spell that sound, meaning we cannot find this word in the original statement. It's not a question because it entered a period. The original statement, 1/4. And then 1/2. Half. 1/2. There is one sound spelling in there that you're not familiar with yet, but most of that word is sound outable or decodable. So we can find 1/2, we can find 1/4. So back to the question. Which part of letter A is shaded? 1/2 or 1/4? 1/4. Good. So right here we're going to label that 1, because it's one piece, one of the 4 quarter pieces. 1, Q-U-A-R-T-E-R. 1/4. Good. 1/4 is shaded. What about letter B? If we were to label letter B, what is the shaded portion of letter B? 1/2 or 1/4? One half. Good, because this same size rectangle, just like our piece of paper, this one is split into 2 equal pieces. And we said 2 equal pieces means that it is in halves. So 1/2 is shaded. 1/2 is shaded. Just like our piece of paper. Let's hold it this way this time. Just like our piece of paper, right? 1/2 of the paper was shaded, or 1/4 of the paper, in this case rectangle, is shaded. Now, let's answer some questions about these labeled pictures. We know label A is cut into quarters and 1/4 is shaded. We know letter B is cut into halves and 1/2 is shaded. Which picture has been cut into more equal parts? Which picture has been cut into more equal parts? A or B? A. Good. How many equal parts are there in A? 4. There are 4 equal parts in A. Thank you. Which picture has larger equal parts? A or B? Does A or B have larger equal parts? Well, let's take a look at it. Okay, which shaded section is bigger, this or that? B has larger equal parts, meaning each part is a bigger piece of the whole, because it's only broken into 2 pieces, 2 parts. Which picture has smaller equal parts? Well, if B has larger equal parts, then A has smaller equal parts. Good job. All right, so let's do a couple more. We're going to write whether the shaded part of each shape is a half or a quarter. Again, I put the U with it because Q and U are like, they're like sidekicks. They're always one after the other. Like I think we call them best friends. Maybe, I don't know, 2 letters making one sound. Digraph, coming in that range right there. So quarter, half, quarter. So right here is the shaded part of this shape a half or a quarter? Is half of this shape colored in? Or is a quarter of this colored in? Half. Excellent. Half. Knowing that first sound will help you figure out which word it is, even if you try to work this by yourself after having had the directions read to you. So set your paper up to help you out. What about this one? It's not the same, is it? It is the same. All we did was shade the other side. Like, honestly, literally, we probably just flipped it. Look. Okay, here we go. Here's 1/2, right? Well, now just flip it over. So from here to here, did anything actually change? Here to here. No, I'm just turning it around. I still have 1/2 visible to you, correct? Good. So you're telling me that these are the same, correct? Yes, these are the same. This, again, has 1/2 shaded. This, again, has 1/2 shaded. Excellent. What about letter B? Now, for letter B, we are given squares. We are given squares for letter B. Is the first square in letter B is 1/2 shaded, or is a half or is a quarter shaded right here for letter B? Is a half or is a quarter shaded? Let's go back to our piece of paper. A quarter is shaded. Good. A quarter. A quarter is shaded. Excellent. And on the last one here, in this square, remember these are squares, those are rectangles. The difference between squares and rectangles is squares, all 4 sides have to also be the same length. These 4 straight sides and these 4 square corners, also 4 same length sides. But is a half or is a quarter of this square shaded? Half is shaded. Good. Now, just an additional question I want to ask you. These squares, the way these squares have been shaded, the way these squares have been partitioned, broken into parts or pieces, what is the shape of the shaded part? What is the shape of the shaded part? Yes, the shaded part is a triangle. Good. It is a triangle because these have been split diagonally, which is fine, which is great for squares and rectangles. Great for squares, rectangles, and circles. Could I cut a circle into half going straight up and down? I can. Good. Let's see what else we have for us today. Let's see. Good job. Excellent work. All right, so we're going to do 2 more. And let me just double check. I think this is the back side. Let me make sure. excuse me. Yes, this is the back side. So flip your piece of paper over. This is the back side, 162, okay? All right, so this is saying for us to, maybe I cut off the directions. Let me double check the directions. I'm pretty sure what they are, but I want to make sure I'm reading them to you correctly. The directions ask that we color part of the shape to match its label. Circle the phrase that would make the statement true. We want to make true statements, true sentences here. It says 1/4 of the square. Okay, well, the square, they have been so kind as to indicate to us the middle. So when we split this into 4s, the same way we folded the paper, we're not just going to fold off a quarter. We're going to fold the whole thing into 2 equal pieces or half, and then we're going to fold it again. And then we're going to color 1/4 because it's in 4 quarters. We're going to color 1/4 of this square. And here we have labeled 1/2 of the square, which means we need to partition, split, cut, separate this square into how many pieces? 2. We want it to be 2 pieces. Good. And how many of them need to be colored? 1. Does it matter which one? No. Okay. So the question remains. 1/4 of the square is larger than, is smaller than, or is the same size as 1/2 of the square? Looking at just the shaded piece. This is what to that? Larger, smaller, or the same? Smaller. This is smaller. Remember we said more pieces, smaller pieces. Less pieces, larger pieces. Those are the rules. All right, let's do one more. This time, our original shape is a what? Rectangle. Good. Our starting shape is a rectangle. Excellent. We're starting with rectangles this time. And we want to, again, color, shade, show 1/4 of the rectangle. Now, rectangles, and we're going to do the same cut. We're going to go straight top to bottom through the thankfully labeled middle. And we're going to go straight side to side. Just like your piece of paper. Just like your piece of paper. Unfold it. Look. They're twinsies. See? Twinsies. So if I want to shade 1/4 of this, I'm going to be coloring in just one of the 4 pieces. 1/4, just like quarters in a dollar, is one of these 4 pieces. So now my picture matches my words. 1/4 of the rectangle. Oh look, 1/4, 1 of 4 pieces of the rectangle are colored. Now this says 1/4 of the rectangle, which means again we need to split, cut, partition our rectangle into, what number did we say we hear in the word 4th? 4. Thank you. Good. We hear the word 4 in the word 4th. The word 4 is literally in the word 4th, meaning we're going to make how many pieces? 4 pieces. Excellent. So top to bottom, side to side. And how many of these were we told was shaded? 1. Good job. Does it matter which one? Nope. Okay, well, let's do the bottom right. Let's do the bottom. All right. So now, let's complete the sentence. Let's fill in the blank. 1/4 of the rectangle is larger than 1/4 of the rectangle. 1/4 of the rectangle is smaller than 1/4 of the rectangle. Or 1/4 of the rectangle is the same size as 1/4 of the rectangle. Look at the pictures. How much is shaded on each of them? the exact same amount of rectangle is shaded. Just like quarters and a dollar, 1/4, quarter 1/4 means the exact same thing. It's two words with the exact same meaning. I know, oh my gosh. Wasn't that exciting? All right, guys, so we're all practiced up. You're going to, in your Learn book, do your problem set. It is front and back, as you know, always, it's front and back. So Learn book, problem set 237. The digits in this number, 237. You're going to work to completion on this, because we said that was our goal for this module, work to completion on our problem sets. You're going to leave your Nearpod alone at the end of the video. You know, the slide pops up telling you, reminding you the page number and everything. You leave it there. You do the problem set. You come back to the Nearpod, complete and submit your exit ticket. Bum, 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 bum. So there are a couple of true-false questions, and there's some directions involving you drawing and writing. So I will spread this out through a couple of different activity styles. That way you have room to work and show your work and be able to find out if you're right or wrong, which will help you in terms of being able to make sure that you're with me. Make sure you're able to know which questions to ask me. So I'm going to ask you to make sure that you're thinking about that so you know what to ask me when we meet live. But guys, that's all I have for you right now. I'll see you a little bit later. Until then, bye.